Anybody can have success for just one season, but the real good franchises know how to sustain success over a long period of time. Today, we are looking at the 5 best franchises in the NFL. Coming in at number 5 is the Seattle Seahawks. Under Pete Carroll, they've established a culture of winning. They have now 9 straight seasons with a winning record. We've seen them make the Super Bowl multiple years. They have a culture there that they just know how to win close games. Russell Wilson certainly helps that. But from their front office all the way down to their practice squad players, they compete. This is a team that's always competitive in the NFC. They're likely going to be in the playoffs again this year, causing a lot of trouble for anybody that they're facing. They just know how to grind out wins. And again, under Pete Carroll, this has been one of the most successful teams in the NFL over the last decade. At number 4 is the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I know you're thinking, why aren't they higher on this list? Well, let me give you the good first. This is a team that has now 17 straight seasons without a losing record. Kudos to Mike Tomlin and that front office for continuing to compete. And even when guys like Ben Roethlisberger go down, they find a way to get the job done. The only reason they're not a little bit higher is due to the lack of playoff success over the last decade. They have just 3 playoff wins, one against Alex Smith in Kansas City, one against A.J. McCarron in Cincinnati, and then another one against Matt Moore and the Dolphins a few years ago. So while we haven't seen that playoff success over the last couple of years, they are a team that just finds ways to get to double-digit wins. They're going to probably be the number 1 or number 2 seed in the AFC this year and could very easily wind up in the Super Bowl riding that elite defense. At number 3 is the Green Bay Packers. Since 2000, 14 seasons of double-digit wins. They know how to draft and develop quarterbacks. They know how to have an elite offense. We're seeing them start to build up that defense. Everybody just expects them to win and to be in the playoffs every year, and they rarely let us down. They are somebody who has switched coaches a little bit. Mike McCarthy was there earlier in the decade. Now it's Matt LaFleur, and the standard continues to be super high. The Green Bay Packers, from top down, one of the best organizations in all of the NFL. At number 2 is the New England Patriots. Look, their record speaks for themselves. All the Super Bowl wins, all the AFC East titles. We don't need to go on and on about that. They are having a little bit of a down year with Cam Newton and Tom Brady leaving for Tampa Bay. But you can trust that under Bill Belichick, they will have this ship righted in no time. They will be back in the AFC conversation as one of the best teams in the league. They needed 1 year to reset, but again, from Robert Kraft to Bill Belichick to all the way down, this is one of the best teams and one of the best organizations and franchises in the NFL. And at number 1 is the Kansas City Chiefs. It seems like anytime we do one of these power rankings, the Chiefs ultimately find their way at the top, and that's not a surprise. We've seen double-digit wins in 6 straight seasons under Andy Reid with Patrick Mahomes, with Alex Smith. They find ways to get the job done. With their ability to draft and put pieces around Mahomes, you can bet on them to win 12, 13 games every season from now on out. Andy Reid is one of the best coaches in the league. They have one of the best front offices. They have explosive playmakers all over. They're aggressive in free agency. They're not afraid to make bold trades. This is by far the best franchise in the NFL today. Who are your top 5 franchises? Make sure you leave your comment and your answers below. And as always, thank you for watching the Game Day.